All right, so we're on Swiper here, right?
Yeah, we're on Swipooor right now.
That's right. Swiper, the real soccer, the real soccer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No objection.
So here we go.
So let me ask you a question, Sean. Even before Miguel starts swiping here, what's different? What has changed? What did you learn from the last event, which was the what was it, karate combat? Was that the correct thing?
So we had crypto fight night followed by
Right.
UFC.
Yes.
I think there was a lot of feedback, right? Like from people. It's all being noted because we are turning this into an app, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know if I told this. This is not just going to be like a web app. It's going to be a full-on app. So yes, quite a bunch of learnings. I didn't think it's a few things before we start. People didn't realize that there's a skip option, right? People didn't realize that they can skip questions if they don't need to answer. People didn't realize that the star ratings are important, right? Like
Right.
because you answer a question that's 2 star, you win, that's
Mhm.
great, but you can only answer 7 questions out of the 10 available. So basically, you need to answer any of your 7 choices
Many
out of the
said.
10 questions.
I see.
Uh, that's one thing. And second thing is people also didn't see that small info button on the top. Like there's I button on the top. Miguel, if you can tap it. Yes. So this shows what happens in case of, like a tie. How does the thing get resolved to what based on so resolved to Man City if Manchester City win the match. Man United if Manchester United wins the match. In case of a draw, both answers lose and receive no points, meaning like it
Right.
becomes a null question essentially, right? So I think these were two things that people missed. We realized the tutorials were too long, but for
Hmm.
those nerds who want to fully understand, Miguel, if you can go to the profile page, just go to the profile page and no, the one on the right side. Tap the question mark on the top. Yeah. So here there's a detailed 16. I know we're going to reduce it to 4 pages, but for now it's 16. It's detailed on what you got to do, what are the leaderboard. There's 250 sol guaranteed price pool, as I mentioned. That means no matter what, whether it gets filled or not, we are going to be putting in 250 sol into reward people. So this shows pretty much what you can do. You know how you can skip the event questions and everything, right? But I know it's a bit long for people, so we are reducing it to 4 pages. But yeah, just letting you guys know this is for people who want to just understand a little bit
Right.
before submission,
Yeah.
swap questions and whatnot. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, Miguel, bring us into the real football. The real soccer. What do we call it? Football.
What are you? I thought you were a football fan.
I'm in the U.S. I call it soccer. I grew up playing little
Ah,
league soccer. I don't
Jesus
know. I'm sorry.
Christ. You all right?
All right,
So
Miguel, you know anything about these teams?
I do not.
All right. So why we picked Man United and Man City? This is probably one of the most. I don't know how to bring the reference. Maybe in basketball terms or something. I don't know. Like this is the most one of the biggest rivals in soccer. Right? It's in England. Man United and Man City. They call it the Derby. It's in the same city but two different clubs. Heavily. So Man United used to be the best club for years. Man City is the up and coming super rich club that's been like winning the titles for a long time in the last few years. So it's always a heated up thing. So Man City is preferred to win. So let me just explain a little bit also why this is a 3 star question. Is because Man City is expected to win, all right,
Ah,
the match with less odds. So meaning most are going to choose Man City. So which means 3 star is fair. Why? Because the odds are not heavily, pretty solid against Man United. So the preferred option is Man City. But I've been a Man United fan long time back, so I picked Man United.
There you
So
go.
right.
you can choose.
Fight
You
the
can
So we're gonna go
odds.
choose.
with we're gonna go with the little guys, Man United.
That's
Now let
right.
me ask you a question on this screen. So I see that the
Yes.
percentages are changing on the bottom, right? So that's life as
Yeah.
people as picking.
Yes. So what happened is it just varies with 1%, right? The reason why we did this also, I'll be very fair with you guys, is usually in fantasy, they always have this kind of things running to make people feel like it's very active and live, but we don't have like
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of users. So what we did was it's 88% roughly, right? So then it's plus or minus 1.5%. That just keeps changing to just
I love it.
just
I
for
love
newcomers or Web2 users.
it.
But it's
Yeah, I
88,
love it.
right? So that's live picks by people. So 88 is very, very accurate to the point of 1% plus or minus.
So we're gonna go with the little guys here.
Yep, swipe left for Man United. All right. So this is a 4-star question. This is because Man United is not expected to score as as in like even a single goal in the match. So the odds are pretty even, like as in like it's 1.6 is to 2.2 ish. So meaning this means if both teams at least score one goal, no matter the result, you win. If you choose yes, if you choose no, it means that you're predicting only one team to score.
So let's go with yes. And I love this interaction here, this
Yeah, very
animation.
smooth. Very smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
All right, this is the real Degen question. Total number of goals, odd or even. Here, it's 5-star, right? It's 5-star question. So this is where you are taking a bet, like whether you want to try and get in the top 5 ranks. There's a guy who's like, I'm avoiding the odd even
Not
question.
even
Yeah.
question. Yeah,
So
go for you,
just
NFT Berlin.
tap
Right.
the info there just to show something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So resolve to odd if the total match goals is an odd number, that's easy. Resolve to even if the total match goals is an even number, includes 0. So if the match ends with 0-0, that means
Mhm.
it's basically even wins, if it makes sense.
So let's go with odds here. Is that what you guys want to go with? What do you guys
50,
think?
50. We got
So
another comment.
you
Good.
what you got to do here is you got to see a little bit of their past scores, predict what the score could be, 2-1 or 3-1. If you think it's 2-1, yeah, odds. I chose odd personally. I chose
Let's
odd.
go with odds.
That's like a roulette wheel, right? That's
I
not
was
really
like burning my finger.
what
Let's go right. Let's
the
go
new
right.
score is going to be.
Yeah.
We got a comment here from NFT Royalty. It's interesting when looking at standard betting because it's more like tournament betting on your standard apps because you need enough unique picks to stand out.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So this one I skipped. Why? Because it's a 2-star question. I'm a Degen. I go for like the first rank, or I'd rather lose my 0.25 sol.
There you
But
go.
it's up to you. I skip my 2-star questions, but it's a little more easier, right? Man City is most probably going to score the first goal, so it's a 2-star.
Yeah.
I skipped it though.
So
To
to
go for,
skip
like,
is the X on the bottom, correct?
That's right. Yep. Just
So let's
skip.
skip it so we can show.
That's it. We skipped it.
That's cool.
Okay, another 5-star question. Okay, so this is the total goals, match goals.
Oof.
Doesn't matter. So if it's 3-1, 2-2, 3-2, whatever, it's over. Over 3.5 goals. If it's like 0-0, 0-1, 1-0, 2-1s, 1-2s, or whatever, that's under 3.5. So that's why it's a 50-50.
Wow. We got a question here for you, Sean. NFT Royalty says, "What's your record on the other bets so far?" How'd you do?
I got so in my first one I got a 0.5 sol back. That's
Hey.
the fight night. So I put 0.25, got my 0.5.
I got nothing, Sean. I got 0.
You got to do your research, right? And the second one, I just got my money back. I didn't win anything. I was
Hey.
bad at the UFC. My UFC picks were like bad, but still I got my initials back.
All right. Kevin, I'll give you this one. Which way you want to go?
Let's go. What team did you say you follow, Sean?
The little
Which
guys.
one?
Oh no, it doesn't matter because here you got to choose the
Yeah, I
total
just want
goal.
to pick the color. I want to pick the color.
Okay. Okay, I'm Man United. So
You're red, right?
yeah, Man United is red.
All right, let's go red, Miguel. There you go.
Let's go red because red is the color of Jiras.
Goals in first half. So basically, this is saying if they score 2 goals in the first half.
Yes, if it's over, if you pick over, that means they scored 2 goals in the first half.
Right.
Usually in the first half of a soccer match, they kind of go a little defensive. So that's why it's a 3-star question. So under is more likely to happen, but you never know, right? That's why it's a 3-star.
Let's give it to the people watching. Where do they want to go? Right or left?
Yeah, guys, come on. Let's see the most answers, or what if it's going to be over or under.
Yeah, are we thinking under, over? Let's get
What
some.
do you guys want
let's-
to do? Kevin, you
let's-
gotta tell me because I can't see the screen.
I know. Yeah, no comments in yet. No comments in yet.
Okay, the first one to type is what we're going to go with.
Yeah,
man, I think
drop some comments in here. Okay, we got someone says over. Dad
all right,
Young
another.
over.
There's
Now
two
we got
overs
some
and one under.
overs. We got over from Chris. But
Okay.
we have 2 overs, 1 under. So let's go over.
Okay, there's a American, there's a French guy, and there's a Singaporean, I think. So I'm going with the French guy and over. Like French know their football.
Yeah. Furlan
I
says
went
he's
over.
taking over because he's an optimist. Royalty says touchdown. Sounds like an American. Am I doing this right?
Easy.
This is way too much fun.
The only thing more degen than gambling with crypto is having other degens tell you what to gamble.
I know. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
They
Especially when
live your
it's more
life.
money, you know?
I fucking love this.
Oh, he
And
said
they live your life.
That's right. There you go.
All right, next question: Man City versus Man United. Goal in first 10 minutes. Yes or no, guys?
You know my answer, right? I'm gonna skip a 2-star question.
2-star. You're gonna skip. All right, let's skip it. Let's
I'm not
DJ
skin of the
in.
game.
Guys, the more stars you collect, the higher your chances of coming on the leaderboard. I'm not playing for 0.25. I'm playing to get the 25 sol first prize. Right?
Wow, this one's pretty even.
Yes. So this is because again it's a 4-star-ish. So it's kind of like it's got like little evenish. So yellow cards, I think it's pretty clear. It's a rough game, right? Like there's it's a lot of tension in there. So you guys can pick whether it's going to be over 3 yellow cards or like under.
I'm gonna say under.
I'm gonna say under too. Yeah.
Yeah, Furlan
Go
says
under.
over, but man,
Yeah, there are games where there's 6-7 cards. So
Wow, this is 5
Right.
stars.
5-star. Here we go.
yeah, this is hard because Man City to score in both halves. They can
Oof.
win by scoring 2 goals in the second half. They may not. So that's
Yeah.
why it's a 5-star question. So
I'm gonna
Um,
say yes. You know what? Let's give
Alright.
this one to the crowd too. What do we have?
I want to know first of all how many people in the crowd actually watch soccer.
That is true. It's a good question.
The next one's going to be NBA. So we are NBA finals. NBA Cup finals. So
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of Americans followed by cricket. So a lot of Indians. So let's see how that goes. But for now, it's for the Europeans. This one.
What do we have for this one?
Well,
Or yes.
Well, yes, if you have picked over 1.5 first half goals.
Man City to score in both
You mean
halves. I'm
soccer
gonna
or
say
football?
yes.
You mean soccer or football? For me, both are the same. There's only one soccer and one football.
There you go. We got badminton for the Asians, please.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to play badminton for
yeah.
my state. Yeah. Okay, so here, guys, here you can swap a question. So I don't think many are aware of this as well. So what you can do is, you can go to the 3-star question, for example, on the top, right? The Man United versus Man City, and you can review your answers here. So if you want to say shift from Man United to Man City, all you got to do is just tap the other button. Pretty simple, right? So just tap one. Yeah, that's it. Right. So if you made a mistake, you want to change it, you're reviewing here, you want to swap, you can swap. Pretty straightforward. Okay. And if you want to swap the entire question, click the swap right next to the question on each of the question, and it shows what are the remaining questions, like Man United versus Man City penalty. So what does it mean? Means is there going to be at least one penalty in the game or not? Penalties are usually given when there's a foul, right? So if you want to swap a 3-star to 4-star or a 4-star to 5-star or a 3-star, whatever, the swap is like a very simple function in the last minute for people to swap their question. Football is life. Ask my wife and 3 kids. That's it, guys, pretty much. And then all you got to do is submit, and then it's taken.